Bridge in China could send your heart racing because it's the world's highest, and it opened today. It stands more than 1,800 feet above the valley below, and that's more than a third of a mile. The bridge cuts the drive time between two southwest Chinese cities.
What if I told you China is building a bridge so colossal it could change the future of infrastructure as we know it? Perched high in the mountains, where earthquakes, brutal weather, and dangerous heights test the limits of engineering, this project is nothing short of a modern marvel. At 2,000 feet above the ground, the Huajiang Gorge Bridge is shattering records and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. But there's more to this story than just a bridge. It's a symbol of China's ambition, a potential game-changer for the global economy, and a testament to the country's unrelenting pursuit of greatness. Stay tuned as we dive into the details of this jaw-dropping mega-project and what it means for the world. The great challenge of high-altitude construction. In 2021, workers began assembling at high altitudes in the mountainous province of Giza, China. With thousands of tons of concrete and heavy equipment, they set the stage for a project that would test human endurance and engineering limits. Giza, a province known for its extreme mountainous terrain, presented a daunting challenge: constructing a bridge at 2,000 feet above the ground in a region with steep cliffs, unpredictable weather, and geological instability. Despite these obstacles, the Chinese were determined to forge ahead with what would soon become a world record-breaking infrastructure marvel. The difficulty of this project wasn't just in the height or the difficult terrain. It was about overcoming the natural forces at play. Earthquakes, strong winds, and freezing temperatures made it clear that this was not your typical construction site. However, with China's remarkable history of tackling mega-projects under even tougher conditions, the task seemed impossible, but within reach. Workers had to endure harsh weather conditions, and on-site safety was a major priority. The final result? A bridge that would soon redefine engineering standards and stand as a testament to China's capacity for monumental achievements. Giza's location in the southwestern part of China, with its towering peaks and narrow valleys, often kept the region isolated. Development was slow due to the region's natural barriers. Farming, industry, and even transportation were heavily limited. The region's geography also meant that moving goods and people was a logistical nightmare. However, with the promise of a bridge towering above the gorge, everything was about to change. The construction would alter not only the landscape but the entire economy of the region. Despite the challenges, the workers were driven by a sense of accomplishment and the opportunity to be part of something historic. Engineering marvels in places like this rarely come to life, and for the workers, the task felt like more than just a job. The construction site was alive with ambition, determination, and the desire to push the boundaries of what was possible. Yet, even with the best technology and engineering expertise at their disposal, the environmental factors threatened to derail progress. But China's determination, fortified by years of expertise in handling mega-projects, ensured that setbacks were merely hurdles to overcome. As the work continued, the team knew that the task ahead was monumental. The anticipation built with every ton of concrete poured and every steel beam lifted into place. Yet, despite the success of similar projects across China, the reality of working so high in the mountains under dangerous conditions created an undercurrent of uncertainty. Would the bridge survive the region's intense seismic activity? Would it withstand the frequent thunderstorms and winds that tested its structural integrity? The answers lay in the coming years, but one thing was certain: this bridge would change the region, and perhaps the world. Can China pull off this impossible feat, or will nature have the final say? The stakes couldn't be higher. The bridge that defied gravity. China's new bridge project in the Huajiang Gorge has become a symbol of the country's ability to confront and conquer seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Stretching 2,000 feet above the canyon floor, it stands as the tallest bridge in the world, at least until its completion in 2025. The bridge uses cutting-edge engineering techniques, including a rigid steel bridge truss with a main span of 4,660 feet. This design pushes the boundaries of modern infrastructure. As the previous tallest suspension bridge in the world, the Humber Bridge in the UK has now been dethroned. The selection of a rigid steel truss was a decision rooted in both necessity and ambition. The geographical conditions in Giza, Steep slopes, rugged terrain, and seismic activity required a more stable and durable structure. The steel truss distributes the load more efficiently, ensuring the structure can withstand not only earthquakes, but also the harsh winds and extreme weather conditions that often plague the area. The massive scale of the project made it a logistical nightmare, but it was also what made it unique. The sheer height of the bridge, at its tallest point, almost twice the height of the Eiffel Tower, pushed the engineering team to think beyond traditional limits. Construction workers faced daily risks as they built this colossal bridge. The higher the worksite, the more dangerous it became. The slopes were uneven, adding to the complexity of the construction. On the northern slope, workers constructed a concrete tower that soared 860 feet high, significantly taller than the one on the southern side. This tower would support the bridge deck and anchor it securely to the canyon walls. Safety measures were paramount, but even with advanced equipment and protocols, working at such extreme heights under the ever-present threat of seismic activity made this an exceptionally dangerous job. The climate in the region added another layer of difficulty. The plateau area brought significant temperature fluctuations between day and night, creating challenging working conditions. The project's completion was not guaranteed. Geologists kept a close eye on the risk of underground tremors, knowing that even small earthquakes could threaten the integrity of the bridge before it was finished. But despite these concerns, Chinese engineers powered through, determined to see the project to completion. This incredible bridge not only marks an engineering milestone, but also serves as a critical infrastructure asset. It will reduce travel time across the canyon from 70 minutes to just a couple of minutes, strengthening trade and economic connections in the region. In a place where geography had long limited development, the bridge now stands as a symbol of progress, connecting previously isolated communities and bringing new opportunities to the region. Once completed, it will be a game changer, enabling the free movement of people, goods and services. Will this engineering marvel prove to be the key to unlocking Giza's potential? Or will the unpredictable forces of nature test the limits of human ingenuity? A future powered by extreme tourism. In addition to its monumental role in improving infrastructure, this bridge over the Huajiang Gorge is poised to change the tourism landscape in Giza forever. The bridge will not only serve as a vital transportation link, but also as a world-class tourist destination. The construction project has already attracted significant attention, and once completed, it will become a must-see landmark for thrill seekers and adventure lovers from around the globe. As the tallest bridge in the world, it will draw visitors eager to experience its breathtaking views and daring activities. The bridge is designed with tourism in mind, offering a range of activities that cater to the most adventurous spirits. A glass walkway will allow visitors to peer straight down into the canyon below, creating a heart-stopping experience for anyone brave enough to take a step onto it. For those who crave even more adrenaline, extreme activities such as bungee jumping from a 2,200-foot high platform will be available. The sheer scale of the bridge means that it will become the ultimate destination for those seeking thrills, making Giza a hotspot for international tourism. In addition to the extreme sports, the bridge will also feature a state-of-the-art service area complete with hotels, restaurants, and leisure facilities. This area will provide a perfect blend of natural beauty and modern comfort. Visitors will be able to enjoy a cup of coffee while gazing at the stars from a stargazing cafe perched high above the canyon. Meanwhile, the lower levels of the bridge will house climbing routes, zip lines, and even rock climbing facilities, offering a full spectrum of activities for all levels of adventure seekers. But the impact of the bridge on tourism won't just be about extreme sports. It will also introduce educational and cultural experiences for visitors. The bridge will include a museum that celebrates the history of suspension bridges and the natural history of the region. Tourists will have the opportunity to learn about the local culture, the geological wonders of the canyon, and the engineering feats that went into constructing the bridge. This combination of adventure and education will make the bridge a one-of-a-kind destination. By positioning the bridge as a central piece of the tourism infrastructure, Giza aims to tap into an industry that has the potential to bring significant economic benefits to the region. With improvements to infrastructure, the province is set to see a rise in the number of visitors, and with them, a boost in the local economy. The bridge will not only connect different parts of Giza, but also introduce the world to the incredible engineering feats that China is known for. Will this extreme tourism hotspot change the future of Giza forever? The adventure begins as soon as you step onto the tallest bridge in the world. Will you take the plunge? Transforming Giza's economy with bridge engineering. The bridge over the Huajiang Gorge is more than just a marvel of engineering. It's a powerful tool that will dramatically transform Giza's economy. Located in a region where rugged mountains and geographic isolation have long stifled development, the new bridge will open up new opportunities for businesses and workers alike. The key to the region's economic growth has always been its isolation. Cut off by vast mountains and rivers, access to larger markets has been severely limited. But with the bridge, that's about to change. The most immediate benefit of the bridge will be its ability to reduce travel time between two key regions, Guangnan and Changnan. Before the bridge, residents and businesses had to traverse the canyon, taking up to 70 minutes for a single crossing. The new bridge will reduce this travel time to just 2 minutes, providing a direct route between the two areas. This will allow goods to flow more easily, businesses to expand, and workers to reach new opportunities with ease. As a result, it's expected that this will significantly boost economic activity in the region, fostering growth across multiple sectors. Beyond transportation, the bridge will have a major impact on local businesses. With more people and goods able to cross the canyon faster, the local economy will see a surge in commercial activity. Farmers, who previously faced difficulties transporting goods to other regions, will be able to access new markets. Tourists, once limited by the long journey to the area, will now find it easier to reach the region and take in its natural beauty. This increased access will result in more money circulating through the economy, leading to a rise in local incomes and overall prosperity. Moreover, the bridge will stimulate the tourism sector in ways previously unseen. As a world-class landmark, it will attract visitors from across the globe, eager to experience its dizzying heights and stunning vistas. Local hotels, restaurants, and souvenir shops will see a direct increase in customers. Additionally, the bridge will help the region promote its other natural attractions, such as waterfalls, gorges, and scenic viewpoints, adding to the growing tourism infrastructure. Giza, often overlooked due to its remote location, will now become a key player in China's tourism industry. Ultimately, the bridge over the Huajiang Gorge will be a game-changer for Giza by unlocking new routes for trade, making it easier for people and goods to travel, and attracting a new wave of tourists. It will provide the region with the tools it needs to prosper. In a province that has long struggled with economic development, the new bridge will be a lifeline, a link between the past and the future, between isolation and opportunity. How will this bridge reshape Giza's future? With new routes and economic opportunities, the possibilities are limitless. Will Giza finally see the prosperity it deserves? Engineering the impossible. What makes the bridge over the Huajiang Gorge more than just a structural feat is the level of ingenuity that went into its design and construction. The challenges faced by engineers during this project were nothing short of extreme, and yet the bridge stands as a testament to human determination, perseverance, and technological advancement. Constructing a bridge at such a height and with such a scale required advanced engineering solutions that went beyond typical construction practices. The high altitude, steep slopes, and seismic risk all contributed to a situation where conventional methods were simply not enough. The design of the bridge had to account for all of these obstacles. The engineers opted for a rigid steel truss system, a choice that offered superior strength and stability. Unlike traditional suspension bridges, which use cables to hold up the deck, the steel truss relies on a series of interconnected beams that distribute the load evenly across the structure. This design was crucial given the heavy loads the bridge would need to support, as well as the high seismic activity in the region. The steel truss was a smart decision, as it allows for the bridge to withstand both the weight of vehicles and the stresses caused by natural forces. Despite the advanced technology used in the design, the physical construction was a massive challenge. Workers had to build the bridge's massive supports on uneven terrain, with one side of the canyon much higher than the other. This required not only precision, but also the innovative use of equipment to ensure the safety of workers and the structural integrity of the bridge. To overcome these challenges, construction teams used a range of specialized machinery, including concrete pumps, cranes, and scaffolding systems, all designed to work at extreme altitudes. It's a feat that not only highlights the capabilities of modern engineering, but also the resilience of the workforce involved. Moreover, the location of the project presented another engineering challenge: the weather. The high-altitude location meant that temperatures fluctuated dramatically between day and night, increasing the risk of strong winds and convective weather conditions. These weather patterns could easily delay construction and put workers at risk. But the Chinese engineers took every precaution, incorporating weather-resistant materials and reinforcing the structure to withstand the elements. With such high winds and constant temperature changes, the team needed to be prepared for everything, and they were. While the bridge itself will stand as a shining example of China's engineering prowess, the real genius lies in the combination of smart design, cutting-edge technology, and human endurance. This bridge is not just about connecting two sides of a gorge. It's about pushing the boundaries of what is possible and proving that with the right tools and the right mindset, humanity can achieve the unimaginable. Will the bridge be a lasting symbol of human achievement, or just another monument to human ambition? It's not just the bridge that's a marvel, but the incredible technology that made it all possible. Economic revival, or a dream of grandeur. As the bridge nears completion, there's growing excitement about what it will bring to the province of Giza. While the promise of improved infrastructure and connectivity seems like a surefire path to economic revitalization, the question remains: will this mega project truly transform the region's economy, or is it simply a grand dream that overlooks the reality of local challenges? The Giza region, with its extreme geography, has always been isolated. Historically, it has suffered from underdeveloped infrastructure and low levels of economic activity. The completion of the bridge represents a dramatic shift, but the question is whether it will have the lasting impact everyone hopes for. On one hand, the bridge will open up new transportation routes, making it easier for people and goods to move between regions. This could drive economic growth by enabling businesses to expand and access new markets. For industries that have struggled in the province due to the terrain, the bridge could be a lifeline. Agricultural producers, for instance, will have a much easier time distributing their goods to larger cities and beyond. The ease of access could lead to new investments in local industries, boosting employment and driving economic prosperity. On the other hand, the region's economic challenges are not so easily solved. Giza is one of China's poorest provinces, with a GDP ranking in the bottom half of the country. While the bridge will certainly make it easier for goods to move, it's unclear whether the local economy is robust enough to fully benefit from these improvements. The province's reliance on agriculture, along with the lack of advanced industries, means that the region still faces significant hurdles. Unless there is a concurrent investment in education, technology, and business development, the bridge alone may not be enough to foster long-term prosperity. In addition, the question of whether tourism can sustain the local economy is still up in the air. While the bridge will undoubtedly attract millions of tourists eager to experience its breathtaking views and extreme sports activities, the tourist economy is often volatile. The region's success will depend on its ability to capitalize on this influx of visitors and ensure that the tourism infrastructure can handle the demand. If Giza fails to develop other tourist attractions or create a stable service industry, the bridge could become a symbol of missed potential rather than a cornerstone of economic growth. Nevertheless, the bridge represents an ambitious attempt to improve the region's economy. It signals that Giza is open for business and willing to invest in its future. Whether or not the province can fully capitalize on this investment will depend on how well it manages the opportunities created by the bridge and the extent to which it can diversify its economy. Will the bridge be the spark that ignites Giza's economic boom, or will it stand as a grand symbol of unrealized potential? Only time will tell. A future of innovation and opportunities. With the completion of the bridge, Giza is positioned to enter a new era of innovation and opportunity. Beyond just a physical connection between regions, the bridge represents a new paradigm for infrastructure development. The integration of cutting-edge technology, advanced engineering, and sustainable building practices has set a new standard for future projects around the world. As China looks to the future, this bridge may serve as the prototype for other mega projects, both within China and abroad. The potential applications of the technology used in the construction of the bridge are vast. For instance, the rigid steel truss design used on the bridge could influence the construction of future infrastructure projects in seismic regions, where stability and durability are critical. Engineers and architects across the globe will study the bridge's innovative construction techniques, hoping to apply the lessons learned here to projects of their own. This bridge is more than just a local marvel. It's a beacon of what can be achieved when the limits of engineering and technology are pushed. Looking forward, the bridge will open doors to a wide range of opportunities. It will not only improve the local economy, but also attract international attention. With the increasing global focus on infrastructure development and connectivity, the Huajiang Gorge Bridge could become a landmark for future generations. The local workforce will benefit from an increase in job opportunities, as both the bridge itself and the surrounding tourist facilities create new positions. As Giza becomes more connected to the rest of China and the world, the province will likely see a rise in foreign investment, further fueling its economic development. On a global scale, this bridge demonstrates China's ability to design and execute large-scale projects that push the boundaries of engineering and technology. As China continues to invest in its infrastructure, the Huajiang Gorge Bridge serves as a symbol of its commitment to innovation and progress. For China, the bridge is not just about building something grand, it's about leading the world into a future where the impossible becomes possible. Could this bridge become the gold standard for future global infrastructure? Will it inspire a new wave of innovation? The future looks brighter than ever for Giza. A modern landmark. The Huajiang Gorge Bridge is not just a marvel of engineering, but also a potential cultural icon that will influence the region and beyond. As it nears completion, it's poised to reshape how people think about bridges and what they represent. While it has already captured global attention due to its awe-inspiring height and engineering challenges, its cultural significance will likely be felt for generations to come. In Giza, the bridge will become more than just a transportation route. It will be a symbol of the province's resilience, ambition, and ability to conquer adversity. Locally, the bridge is already stirring a sense of pride among residents who are eager to see it completed. It's more than just a structure. It represents a new chapter for Giza, a chapter that promises to bring greater prosperity and connectivity to a province that has long been geographically isolated. As the bridge becomes a focal point for tourism, it will also become a centerpiece for local cultural expression. From art installations to performances celebrating the bridge's completion, Giza's residents are likely to make the most of the bridge as a canvas for creativity. On a broader scale, the Huajiang Gorge Bridge's dramatic appearance and innovative design will likely inspire future infrastructure projects worldwide. It is not just a bridge, but an architectural statement that showcases what can be achieved when engineering meets artistry. The integration of aesthetics with functionality, such as the inclusion of public spaces, observation decks, and tourism infrastructure, will set the standard for future mega projects. Other countries, especially those facing similar geographical challenges, may look to this bridge as a model for how to balance practicality with grandeur. The bridge's blend of functionality and beauty ensures that it will be appreciated by future generations, much like the Golden Gate Bridge or the Eiffel Tower. Moreover, the bridge is positioned to become a destination in itself. Tourists will not only visit for the views and the thrill of crossing a canyon at unprecedented heights, but also to experience the innovative tourism facilities surrounding the bridge. The futuristic service areas and recreational opportunities, like the glass walkway, extreme sports activities, and rock climbing routes, will offer visitors a unique experience unlike anything else in the world. This will further cement the bridge as an iconic landmark that blends modern engineering with cultural and recreational value. Is the Huajiang Gorge Bridge the beginning of a new era for modern landmarks? Could it redefine how we look at infrastructure in the future? The bridge is set to become more than just a crossing. It will be a cultural phenomenon, bridging political divides. While the Huajiang Gorge Bridge is a physical structure, its political impact may also extend far beyond Giza. For China, the bridge could serve as a tool to strengthen ties with other regions, both domestically and internationally. By connecting previously isolated parts of the country, the bridge represents more than just a feat of engineering. It is a manifestation of China's dedication to improving regional connectivity and unity. In the broader context of China's ambitious Belt and Road Initiative, The bridge could serve as a powerful symbol of China's global influence and leadership in infrastructure development. The bridge could also have significant political implications within China itself. For provinces like Giza, whose economic growth has lagged due to its mountainous terrain, the completion of the bridge signals that the government is investing in its development. The improved connectivity will likely boost the region's economy, create jobs, and offer new opportunities to people who have long been marginalized due to the difficult terrain. This could shift the balance of power within the country, as historically underdeveloped regions are given new life and access to resources and opportunities that were previously out of reach. Internationally, the bridge could become a point of diplomacy and cooperation. While China is already known for its engineering capabilities, the sheer scale and impact of the bridge may serve as an example for other nations considering large-scale infrastructure projects. In regions where economic connectivity is hindered by geographical obstacles, the bridge could offer a model for how to overcome those challenges. The international community could look to China as a leader in infrastructure, setting the stage for collaborative projects between countries in the future. However, the political implications are not without controversy. Some critics may argue that the Chinese government is using such projects as a way to strengthen its political grip over less developed regions, leveraging infrastructure for control. But regardless of the debates surrounding it, there is no denying that the bridge will have a major impact on political dynamics, both within China and on the global stage. Could the Huajiang Gorge Bridge become a symbol of China's growing global influence? How will it shape the political landscape, both domestically and internationally? The bridge's true impact could be far more far-reaching than just a physical structure. Environmental considerations. In all the excitement surrounding the Huajiang Gorge Bridge, it's important to remember the environmental considerations that accompany such a massive infrastructure project. Building a bridge of this magnitude, particularly in a region as geologically complex as Giza, comes with inherent environmental risks. The province is home to numerous rivers, waterfalls, and diverse ecosystems that could be impacted by the construction process. Yet, despite these challenges, Chinese engineers and environmental experts have worked tirelessly to ensure that the bridge's construction and eventual use will not come at the expense of the natural environment. The bridge was designed with the utmost attention to environmental preservation. While the construction process inevitably caused some disruption to the natural landscape, the long-term environmental impact is expected to be minimal. The Chinese government has committed to restoring the local ecosystems and ensuring that the project does not harm the region's rivers or biodiversity. Sustainable building practices were integrated into the design to minimize environmental degradation, and the development of eco-friendly tourism infrastructure will help offset any negative effects. Additionally, the Huajiang Gorge Bridge is set to be a model for sustainable infrastructure development. It is expected to utilize green building technologies, such as energy-efficient lighting, water conservation systems, and renewable energy sources, all of which will contribute to the region's overall environmental sustainability. Moreover, the bridge will allow for better access to the region's natural beauty, which could lead to greater environmental awareness and preservation efforts among both locals and visitors. The ongoing success of this project highlights China's ability to balance infrastructure development with environmental stewardship. While some projects of this scale may prioritize economic growth over environmental preservation, the Huajiang Gorge Bridge represents a shift toward more responsible and sustainable mega-projects. It's a signal that large-scale infrastructure can be developed with the environment in mind, setting a precedent for future projects worldwide. Can the Huajiang Gorge Bridge stand as a model for sustainable infrastructure? Will it prove that development and environmental preservation can go hand in hand? The world is watching closely. The Huajiang Gorge Bridge isn't just a bridge, it's a beacon of China's dominance in the world of infrastructure. From reshaping the region's economy to becoming a cultural landmark, this mega-project has the potential to leave a legacy like no other. As the world watches, the question remains, could this be the beginning of a new era for global engineering? Time will tell. But one thing is for sure, China has once again set the bar impossibly high. If you thought this project was impressive, wait until you see what comes next. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more mind-blowing updates.